got. I'm in Kansas City, and we got a lot of sunshine today too, so it's
Oh,
good.
great. That's great. Nice
Yeah,
to meet you.
nice to meet you. Well, I'm looking forward to getting in to your book, getting into your life. So thank you so much for taking a minute out today. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate most.
You bet. So before we get into the daughter of of Golan Heights, I
I,
want to know first and foremost, 5 years ago, this pandemic was changing our lives, doing so many things. How did you get through the pandemic era, and how has it changed the way that you do things now?
5 years ago, you mean in my life or
Yeah, in
years ago?
yeah, 5 years ago when this pandemic began and everything started kind of changing.
Yes. I mean, first of all, affected us socially. We refuse to for the affection to happen because social life of a human is more important than the economic life. So the connection between the mother, husband, children, grandchildren, cousin, neighbors was very, very, very important. So that's we try to avoid it. But we try to protect ourselves, protect them, but at the same times we continue connecting, whether by the phone or by just knocking the door from far. The 6 feet was mandatory between, if you go shopping or if you just at work. I was a teacher. I'm a retired teacher. Teaching was a very, very challenge for having a classroom. You don't even see the faces. And you could hear the background if you ask a student to unmute and talk to me for participating. Then you will hear his sibling also with different Chromebook talking to another teacher, especially if the house was tight. So I was in New Jersey. Imagine the houses are in New Jersey, like the picture behind you,
Yeah,
like a stack of matchboxes, unlike Dallas.
yeah, yeah.
So, but we get over the challenge. We are a human being. We always look for something to learn through any hardship experience, whether the sickness hit the world, the virus came, traveling was very impossible. But we went through
Yeah.
together, hand in hand.
So let's get into your career with what you've done in your career leading up to being an author. I want to put you in front of a bunch of 12-year-old students at a school. It's career day, and one of the students wants to know what you do for a living, what you've done for a living. How would you answer them?
The relationship between student and teacher doesn't matter what age the students are. They look at their teacher as model, as goddess. Some community, the teacher said so, you have to do it.
Yeah.
They behave so well when that relationship is bonded with respect and gentleness, even if it's high school. I was specialist with a high school teacher. I'm a high school teacher. But even though that day, you went into elementary school, I do substitute now. I see that very, very important for every movement, every language we speak, every body language we show, it scars the children or elevates them. So my advice to myself and to the adults who they are mixed with students, especially in school system, be careful how you talk, how you behave. You could destroy a child or you could make that child. And we hear so many stories. Without my, for example, English teacher, I will never be the person who I am, even though you have 25, 30 teachers in your lifespan. Really, my first grade teacher affected me so much. And I still remember at the age of 70, I remember my first grade teacher. Do you know why? She gave me a gift. Probably you will be surprised. The gift she gave me because I was top line, first grade student in the classroom is a book. I still remember the name of the book. I still remember the entire story of the book as 6 years old because books were so divine in the village I grew up. We never seen library. We never seen stack of books in anybody's house. And she will give me a prize as a book. God knows I had that books for 50 years.
Wow.
So I always flipped it. That's why I love reading books. I always, every time I hold the book, I remember Kut Kut al Madhish in Arabic. If somebody is listening in Arabic, the name of the book was Kut Kut al Madhish. It's a talk about a chick and mother hen and so on. So be careful.
Yeah.
That's why many times we carry responsibility as a mother when we are in the school building.
I love that story. So, when you were young, what was your dream? What did you want to grow up and become? Was it always teaching and writing?
No.
Oh,
Because my childhood changed drastically at the age of 12. Before of the age of 12, we had school in the village. Remember, I grew up in Golan Heights, so I am the daughter of Golan Heights, the title of the book. Golan Heights was surrounded by a beautiful scenery, mountain. We have the highest mountain, Haramon, in Middle East. It always has snow. So we call it the old man mountain because it looks white all the time. Summer, winter, doesn't matter. The other hills and valleys, that's where the resident. We were isolated as Circassian. I don't know if you are familiar with Circassian culture. We have our own language, mother tongue, come from the Caucasus mountain all the way from Russia, what we call it Russia today. But back then it was a Caucasus mountain where they were independent. But you're going to go back like 200 years ago in the Kaiserism time, how the Circassian were genocide by the Russian Kaiserism because of they want to expand their property and they want to convert everyone into their religion, which is a Christianity. So the Circassian were Muslim for 1,400 years ago. They fought. They fought for 100 years. When they lost, they have to leave the land. And they came, 95% of our people, ancestors were genocide. The only person survived from my own immediate family is my grandpa, my father's side.
wow.
So he was a young man when he was on the boat traveling through the Black Sea all the way to Turkey. And from Turkey, they shipped so many Circassian to the area of southern of Syria, what we call it Syria now, that Golan Heights now, it's a border between Palestine and Syria. So when you're in the mountain of these Golan Heights, you see Palestine this way, you see Lebanon here, and you are in the Syrian part.
Okay.
That time, my dream was just simply I want to learn how to read and speak the Arabic language because everybody around us not an Arabic speaker but Circassian, so we can understand this beautiful culture around us. Probably, I thought I want to be a teacher, but my dream changed when that lifestyle of agriculture girl, being in the farm, being behind the cows, feeding the chicken, kneading the dough with a mom and milking the cow changed everything because the war 1967 happened between Israel, the occupier, and Syria. And if anybody listen, remember the three great countries, Egypt, Jordan, Syria, they lost toward Israel. They called it 6 Days War.
Yeah. So, what brought you to America?
Well, before I came to America at the age of 12, when we became refuge, we came to Damascus. Yes, we are Syrian, but we became homeless. We become cityless, villageless. We have nothing but our old rag clothes. We left everything. If you have a fancy shoes, you took it off because we were promised you will return after the war finish. So we left because we were afraid that if the enemy, the army of the Israeli attack us, they might kidnap girls, they might rape them, they might torture them, they might kill them, just like what happened in 1948 with Palestine and the Israeli conflict. So we were very, very scared. All the women and the girls left the villages. Few men stayed, but later on they have to leave. Now, working in Syria, we were demanded to go to school and whatever a way to earn living. Everyone in the household worked. Thank God to my parents that we know beside farming, we know sewing, tailoring. So that was our business in the
Wow.
house while we go to school. So my father did not speak the Arabic language, so obviously he cannot get like any other professional job. He has a fifth grade education, and his education back then was in French because Syria was occupied by France till 1953 when the freedom of Syria happened. So he went to school in French. So his Arabic language broken, his French fluent, and his Circassian. So he decided to work into building, taking care of, subcontract handyman. So I used to go to work with him. That's when I decided my dream changed from being a farmer, no land to farm, to a builder. So you have to school for engineering.
Yeah.
I studied civil engineering and I graduated 1980. And I worked in the border between Syria and Israel to rebuild the villages where they were freed from the Israeli occupation by the command of the United Nations 1974.
Wow.
And 1980, the rebuilding started. And
Yeah.
actually, we rebuilt 13 villages, and people came back and lived. And I was the first resident with the mayor of the Golan Heights to be in that area. We were living in this house, and the tunnel between us and the Israeli army was a simply tunnel, and United Nations army was there to protect, keep the peace between Syria and Israel. So I lived there. If I wave my hand, I will wave the Israeli army and they will wave back to me. That's how, I was brave. I was not afraid.
Yeah.
I lived there for 7 years.
Okay.
Then my dream changed into another dream because so many reasons, human being go through. I decided to come to America after I visited America twice actually as a tourist. I was very much impressed with New York. I landed in New York and the roads, the communication, the building, the high rising. I never seen that before.
Yeah.
We don't have this kind of construction and instruction in Syria. That's when I told my father, this time I'm not going to come back.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a living. So 40 years I am in America.
Wow. So who's been your hero? Who's been an inspiration for you in your life?
Mostly my parents, my mom and my dad. But without the faith and the religion, I, kept my faith enlightening my path all the way. Because when I am thousands of miles away from my father and I came to USA, nobody know who I am. You don't care about your reputation. Most of the people don't care about reputation. Plus, when they go through hardship, they want to do some illegitimate work. None of this I tried, even thought to do it because my faith was my landmark. And thinking if I misbehave, if I say something inappropriate word, my father will hear me and he will be very upset. Or my mom will know and she will be very upset. In my mind, always, I want to keep the dignity of my parents because this is the way our Circassian culture made us to grow in a society. Your reputation, your dignity is more important than anything else. Why? Because we were guided by the light of the faith of God. That God is there. God is spirit in you. If you keep remembering God, God will remember you and he will help you. And I got all the help, all the guide from doors I did not expect. American gentlemen and women who I met, they couldn't say my name. They're the one who guide me what to do. Because when I came, I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
What to do? What should I do? How I'm going to establish my life? I have a tourist visa. I have a degree in my hand. I brought with me my bachelor degree. What should I do? The only people who helped me, like I said, they couldn't say my name.
Wow.
They're the one who told me, go back to school, make sure your English language becomes stronger, and then you become, just sign for master degree, whether engineering or teaching. So when I looked into teaching, I was like, so easy I could become math teacher. One class, graduate level I took, I was certified according to New Jersey to become a subject teacher in math. And I got the job immediately.
Wow.
So it was easy to raise my kids, take them to school, and be home with them because you will be laughing at me if I tell you. I met my husband through friend. Within 3 months, we were married. He could not speak my language, My English was still not that good. I had the dictionary in my hand all the time.
Yeah.
If we misunderstand the communication, and we still together after 40 years.
That's wonderful. So, what has been your inspiration in your life? You've gone through a lot of things just in this brief amount that we've talked through your life. You've documented in your book. What has been the energy for you every day to get up, to push forward, to do things at a high level, to take care of yourself and your family? What is that for you every day?
A story, any story is not a story unless really touch the human heart. And if it's a challenge or it causes scar, the human has to know how to heal it itself, and then you become inspired to others. So if my story were hidden, probably you never heard about Circassian, Caucasus. I'm telling you, like you're speaking different language, Madiha. But we are in a fabric. This world is so colorful. So many different languages and colors are there. And you see that with your eyes and you contact with them in the USA more than any other country in the world. So USA became the pot with all this beautiful fragrance and flowers and different color and different smell in it. So if we do not understand each other and we read our story each other, so many people out there are depressed because they have some heartbroken boyfriend, broke up with them. I mean, teenager in high schools used to cry for a week. Why? Oh, I found my boyfriend talking to another girl and giving her hugs and kisses. Now she's scarred. Oh my God, that's nothing.
Yeah.
That's nothing story to cry over or to waste time over somebody dumped you. Dump them before they dumped you. I'm just
Yeah.
joking.
Yeah, yeah,
You
sure.
have to have the ability if you read stories. So my story, most likely, I hope the teenager, they have to read how I grew up, how I went through love, hate, enemy, someone who come and steal your house and your land and they kick you out and you never have chance to see that hundreds of acres your parents worked for. Isn't it heartbreaking? But it made me stronger. The challenge was there. It made me stronger. As if like if you have a knife and that knife you want to work sharper, what do you do with it? You strike it and you make it sharper, just like a diamond also. The diamond is not a diamond unless you go through that pressure. A human being will never become valuable unless you go through pressure, and you have to know how to heal. You have to know how to stand. You have to know how to see the light in the dark night and the challenges. Within 3 months, with my supplication to God and praying, oh God, I'm 29 years old. I desperately need husband now. I want to marry. I turn away many men. They turn me away also, at the age of 29, you're a single, right?
Yeah.
But my desperate came that now I need a good husband. And God opened up the door for me. Within 3 months, as I mentioned, I had a husband. And within a year, I have a son. And within 5 years, I have a twin,
Wow.
a set of twin. This is the powerful of supplication to God and depending on God, remembering God. He will remember you and your hardship all the time. I think this is a message I want to pass it through my book. And this is my experience. This is what made me who I am, still making me, respecting my family, keeping the dignity of my culture, my parents, my seven alive sibling. We were 10 once upon a time, 3 died, but then 7, we lived very long together. 24 niece and nephews, we're bonded. We always call each other. We always help each other financially, psychologically, physically, doesn't matter. And this is what made us a human, as valuable human. And this is what God wants from us. He made us different languages, different colors to know each other. Those men with knowledge are the one who are respect each other. If you're ignorant, you just become racist.
Yeah. Absolutely, you do. So let me ask you this. What made you write the book, The Daughter of Golan Heights? What was it that made you decide to write it? And how does it feel that it's out in the world and people are reading it?
Absolutely. What made me write or write was my colleague at work. Like I said, the non-Circassian, the non-Muslim. the non-people who lived my, life, or know even Middle East, where Syria, what is Golan Heights? They don't know. But when we sit down, whether lunchtime or, at work, I will tell stories. And they will tell me, Madiha, you have to write this down. And the more you talk about stories, you want to pass it to your own children. Now I have 8 grandchildren. You want to pass the story to them. The story keep calling you. And then when you know, 3 years ago, I retired. I said, now I have plenty of time. I have no excuses. The language was my biggest excuse. I want to write my story in English. But my own children, my own boys and girls, they told me, Mom, the editor will do the job for you. Just write. Just write. Don't worry about the grammar as long as you can put those stories, calling you back on the paper, and someone will do a good job for you. And that's when I decided. So it took me 3.5 years.
Okay, yeah. So, of everything that you've lived through, evolved to, and become now, what are you the proudest of?
Well, sorry, say that
What
again.
of everything that you've done in your life, what are you the happiest about?
I am that, I'd be lying if I say I'm successful, I'm the happiest now. No, but sometimes it's okay to look at yourself and reflect and take yourself to account to see, can I do more? Yes, I could do a lot more. But what I did with my little ability, with my, without going to a poverty, even though when I migrated to this country, I have $300 cash in my pocket. That's all I had. But I never accepted a dollar assistance from stranger or the state or the government, because I was demanded that I could do the work, I could be taxpayer, I could be the resident. When I took the oath to become a citizen, I try my best to fulfill the oath. I will be responsible before God when I said I want to be a good citizen. You take the oath, you take that citizenship. So this is my land now. This is my country now. I am more American than anybody who they said I am American, because American is the one who puts the food on the table, who pay the tax, who try their best. Again, the amount of the provision come to you whatever God decrees to you. A lot of people work very hard. They can't do earning. That's at the end of the day, it's up to God, the one who's, the sustainer.
Yeah.
But I did my best. My husband did his best. And, um, I could do more. I will never say I'm done. I'm back to school doing substitute. I
Yeah.
want to be connected with a teenager again. I
Yeah.
choose to go to high schools in this area. Um, I mean, we will die, striving and doing better in our life. That's my belief. That's how I live. Every day I have a new challenge. I have to face the challenge in a better way.
So everyone has a perception of you, family, friends, everyone that gets your book, everyone that you work with, but you're the one that's in control. You run the show. What's your perception of you? Who do you think you are?
Uh, I'm very humble to, we don't learn, especially in the Circassian culture. We don't, if somebody describe you good, even we have to lower our gaze. We have to be full of modest. We have to say, oh God, make me as good as you think of me. So this is a culture we never learn how to speak good about your own self. I remember that was a first interview I have as a job, because they tell you how you're going to handle this crisis, how you're going to take care of it's I found it's an American culture where because nobody know Madiha Katao. Now I have to speak for myself.
Yeah.
It was very hard to say, I'm the one who volunteered in homeless shelters. I'm the one who made monthly food and serve it with my hand. I used to go to the church and, take the food, take my children. If I'm the one who cooked, my kids has to be the one who's serving. I did teaching online for free for Arabic language and religion. I'm still doing it on Zoom. I have 3, 4 Zoom nights every week. Take that, away from my, family, because I said, no, this is important because our community needs me. So I put myself always where the community needs me. I have plugs here given to me from places and center I volunteered for 30 years, for 25 years. But I'm very modest to say who I am. I
No, I
mean,
get it.
people
I
Google Madiha Katao. I have a YouTube channel. I don't have many prescribers because I'm not looking for any money, but I teach the faith I know. I volunteer weekly. Um,
I love it. So I
yeah.
love your website. It's beautiful. If anybody wants to go to your website, get your book, learn more about you, anything else going on in your world, where's the best place to go?
Yeah, if they want to buy the book, Amazon is international, the way you go, and Barnes and Noble, it's another one. And my website says Golan MK Golan. It's a Golan, the place I was born. I will never forget Golan in my life. It's a beautiful land. It's taken away. It's stolen from our hand, but one day we'll get it back.
Yeah,
That's MK is my first name, Madiha, M the initial, and K my last name.
I love
GolanMK.com.
it.
Thank you
What-
so much.
Yes, what a beautiful story. Thank you so much for taking a minute out today. I absolutely love it. I can't wait to get this out there. Best of luck with everything. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much, Mr. Domino.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Great
Thank
to
you for
meet you.